Madam, this is biology class.
No, mathematics class. Biology students unnara? పైన రాసి
వెనకాలమ్మా
Okay. Good evening, students. Are you able to listen my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
M.Sc.Chemistry, that is the first year. You have the general one subject is there. You have the 4 topics. So if you have the textbook, M.Sc. first year C4 paper it is. So in that you have the topics of mathematics, biology, spectroscopy, and also computers is there. Okay. So this is also one of the paper first year. So in paper you have the topics these. So in that first one is about these are divided into 5 blocks are there. If you see in the textbook, first block is about the mathematics blocks. You have about there's a next you have biology. After that spectroscopy is there. Spectroscopy 1 and 2, and last block is about the computers is there. Okay. And if you see the question pattern, whatever it is there, so in that it is the total question paper whatever question is there, it is of the 70 marks. So in that 70 marks, first section A you have that is a 20 marks is there. So you have to write any 4 questions out of the 8 questions are there. That is from each block you have 2 questions are there. So back of the textbook, the question paper. So please don't disturb us. Mute. Okay, so in that section A, you have the 8 questions are there. So from 8 questions, you have to write any of the 4. So that 4 into, that is the 5 marks. Each question carries 5 marks. So you have the 20 marks are there. So you can see from each block, you are getting the 2 questions. That is the 2 questions from the mathematics, 2 from the biology, and also 2 from the spectroscopy is there, and last from the computer science you have the questions. Okay, so 4 from the 4 you can attempt any of that is it is not compulsory all the blocks you have to attempt. So you can choose any questions from the any of the blocks. Okay, so first block you can take the mathematics and you can write 2 questions, so you can score easily 10 marks there, and you can go to other blocks. And even if you go to the second section B, this is about the section A. So section B is, so 5 are there. We have to write any 5 questions, and each carries 10 marks. 5 into 10 is, that is 50. So here also first two questions are from the block 1. Okay, first two questions are from the block 1, that is a mathematics you have. After that, they are divided into other blocks. So here, today in this class, we are studying about the mathematics. So already we know that in our day-to-day life, we deal with the mathematics in our life, and even you are the chemistry students. So it is useful for you also in solving the equations, and also some topics are there even in the chemistry, which are able to be done with the help of the mathematics. So if you see the introduction in your textbook regarding of the mathematics, they have given why they have chosen the mathematics as one of the block here in this general paper. Okay, so if you do go to the mathematics for biology students, so in that it is given that the subject of chemistry requires knowledge of basic mathematics, some branches of chemistry bordering with physics, that is a quantum mechanics will be there, no? So material science is there and modeling in there. So in that, and for data representation, and you will draw the diagrams, no? That is graph representation will be there, that you can do with the help if you have the knowledge of the mathematics. There is a graphical representation, and also data representation will be there, and some differential equations are there, and differential calculus is there, and integral calculus. So if we see block 1, it is divided into 5 units are there. So first one is the coordinate system is there. So coordinate system means it is almost it is useful for representing any point. Okay, so in practical classes, you will do some graph, no? You will represent the values on the x-axis and y-axis on the graph paper, and will represent the points also. So those points, how we represent in the graph, so that knowledge we get with the help of the coordinate system. So how to represent a point, how to represent a line, and also line segment, what is a straight line. So these all concepts you will get from the first unit, that is a coordinate system is there. So in the coordinate system, it is a first unit. So in that first you have the concept of coordinate system is there. So Cartesian coordinates are there. And here whatever the coordinate system first unit which is there in this, it is about the 2D is there, that is a two-dimensional geometry. In this will represent with the in the plane. Okay, so it will have the two x-axis and also y-axis like this. So this is the origin O, this is called as origin, and we'll write it as 0, 0. Okay, so this is the y-axis. So this representation of this, we can take it as a Cartesian coordinates. So with the help of this x-axis and y-axis, we'll draw the graphs. No? So we take one, this is called as, please mute yourself. Monica.
Oh no.
Okay, this is the x-axis. So here any plane surface if you take in the whatever the horizontal line we are taking in that horizontal line is called as x-axis, and this is called as a vertical line. This is the y-axis. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, so here this will represent this as x-axis and y-axis. So here even the topics will be based on the distance between any 2 points are there. If A and B, any 2 points are there, distance between these 2 points means we'll write as AB, and this is called as distance for finding the distance between any 2 points. So if on this, if we have one line, it is called as line segment. So if on AB 2 points, one dot you have and one arrow mark like this. So this is called as ray. Okay, that means you can, whatever this arrow is there, you can extend that line up to anywhere. So that's called as a ray. And if you have AB, 2 points like this two, it is called as a straight line. So these all representation, all topics we'll study in this unit. First, we have about the coordinate system is there. So in that Cartesian coordinate, just today in the class, I am telling the introduction of all the 5 units, which topics are important. Okay, so which you will get in the examination, which for 5 marks questions and which for the 10 marks questions. Okay, so first you have about the Cartesian coordinates we have. Then we have polar coordinates are there. And this whatever x-axis is there, that x-axis is called as a abscissa. So this representation you can take. This first, this representation of this is Cartesian. This is coordinate axis. Okay, so this is and this is called ordinate. Okay, whenever we go to the Cartesian coordinates we usually represent. So the distance from here, the origin to this line, you can take it as x, and this whatever, take any point, this is y. So if we take any point on the plane, in the xy plane, okay, whatever place is scale, this is, we can call it as xy plane. So any point in that plane will take and will draw any rectangular like this point P. So this is called as Cartesian coordinates. We'll write it as point P, which is having the distance from origin to x-axis. It is the length is x. Here this is the y. Okay, so this is called Cartesian coordinates. So any point in the plane P, so any point we are representing with the point that is a P, it is traveling, whatever the distance it is there, if we join the it in the form of a rectangular one, then the distance from here y-axis is y and from here x-axis is x. So this point represents as P of x comma y. So that is only called as Cartesian coordinates. Okay, so when you will go the Cartesian coordinates means it is P of x comma y. You can take here L and M, many points on the x-axis and y-axis. So next we have in this only concept of polar coordinates. So polar coordinates are represented as r comma theta. Okay, here only we can take, here it is a fixed point, we are taking O with the x-axis, one fixed line we are having, x-axis. So any point on the plane, from the origin you are drawing any line here like this. Okay, so then this is making the angle theta here. And it is making the right angle. Okay, so with the help of the fixed line, fixed point, this is there, and any point on the P, if you draw here from this, then it is making angle theta, and the distance from O to this one, from fixed point to point, here it is represented as r. So that's why we'll write polar coordinates as r comma theta. And whenever it is making a right angle triangle, with the help of the hypotenuse rule we have now, so that is cos theta, if you take cos theta is equals to, so cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So and from the angle, whatever the line is there, it is making the right angle triangle, no? So here it is the angle, it is theta. So the opposite, whatever it is there, this is called as opposite side. And here to this, whatever it is adjacent is there, this is called as adjacent. And this is called as hypotenuse. Okay, so from the this is opposite side, Pythagoras rule is there, no? This is the opposite side, this is the adjacent side, and it is hypotenuse. Okay, so after ending of this unit coordinate system, you have even trigonometric identities are there. What is the cos theta, what is theta, what is tan theta? Okay, so cos theta means we write it as adjacent side by side, what we have x. And what is the hypotenuse value? It is r. So r into cos theta. Praveen Mara, mute yourself. Okay, cos theta is equals to, we'll get adjacent side by hypotenuse. So this is the formula we have. So through that we are getting adjacent side. The distance is here x and the hypotenuse value is r. So from this you will get x equals to r cos theta. Similarly, if you take the sin theta is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse. Okay. So here opposite side what we have y and hypotenuse is r. So you will get y by r. So we'll get y is equals to r into sin theta. Okay. So this whatever I have told, x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta. This is about the relation between the Cartesian coordinates and polar coordinates. Okay. So first one problem you have conversion. If the Cartesian coordinates are given in the problem, you have to find the polar coordinates. So that means you have to write find the r value and also theta value. So theta here it is nothing but the you will get the angle. So it may be 30 degrees or 45 degrees or 60 or 90 degrees like this. So some value you will get. So this you will get with the help of this polar coordinates. So whatever Cartesian coordinates are there, what are there in that x and y values. So these relation from this x you will get with the help of r cos theta. Y value equals to r sin theta. So if in any problem if they are given, through that you can find r comma theta. Okay, that problem you will get for mostly for 10 marks question. So this is about the first you have what is the coordinate axis. Coordinate axis means whenever you will take in a plane two axes are there, that is x axis and also y axis. These are mutually perpendicular to each other in the plane and horizontal line. Remember that horizontal line is x axis and vertical line is the y axis. When they are mutually perpendicular to each other, so they meet at one point. That point is called as the origin. We usually represent the origin with the help of 0, 0. And when you'll go to the coordinate axis, this is the concept. When you go to the Cartesian coordinates is represented as p of x comma y. Okay, so that is any point if you take, not only here. So you know that coordinate axis will have even like this also. So x axis, y axis, these two are positive. If you take in the down, it will be y dash, and if you take here, it is x dash. So this is the negative values we will have. So anywhere if you take the point, anywhere you can represent the point. So here if it is there means x value is negative. So minus x comma y you will get. Here if you take any point, you will get minus x comma minus y. If you take here, you will get minus, that is minus y comma x you will get. Okay. So that is representation of this will be in the 4 quadrants will be represented when you will take in a plane. Okay. In 2D means 2D we deal with x and y axis. So after this you have the spherical is there, spherical coordinate system. So in that we'll deal with the there is a 3 axis. You will have x axis, y axis, and also one more z axis will be there. So like this it will be there. So x, y, and z. Okay. So that is called as a 3-dimensional geometry. So almost this top on 3-dimensional geometry, you are not having any topics on this. Only we are dealing with the 2-dimensional geometry with the help of x and y axis. So in this only, after this, whatever 3 topics, coordinate axis, Cartesian and polar, and you should know how to find the distance between any 2 points. That is here. If you have the point A as x1, y1, and if you have point as x2, comma y2. Okay, so the distance AB you can write it as formula is under root of so these whatever other top points are there, they are to know how to represent the line segment ray, and also that is a straight line, how you will represent a straight line. So next small, sometimes they will ask for 5 marks question also, 2 points will be given. So the 2 points you have to find the distance between them. This is A one point and B is another point. So to find the distance, we'll write AB. So AB is equals to under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. Or else if you want to take out the root, ikkada square rayochu. AB square equals to only x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. So in some problems, if you will get if you will get any perfect square, then you will get the answer. So to find the AB, there is a distance between the 2 points. So generally we use this formula. So after this, you have the concept of the slope of a straight line. So if same, you have seen the axis, no, coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so through this, if you take any line like this, which is making here angle theta. So from any one point, the line is passing through that. And here, whatever the theta is there, the theta is called as a slope of the straight line. Okay, so, we'll usually represent with the theta, and also it is called tan theta, we call it as. So slope M is called as a, and we'll represent the slope as M. M is equals to tan theta. Okay, so the definition also you have in your textbook, and different conditions are there in this. If 2 points are there, A and B, then slope of the straight line, that is the theta is the indication of a non-vertical line, and x1, y1, x2, y2 are the 2 points on it. Then tan theta will find with the help of, that is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So in coordinate system, here compulsory you should know the formulas. When 2 points are given, how to find the distance. Second one is if 2 points are given, how to find the slope. And after that, we have if 2 lines are there, if 2 lines are parallel, then what are the conditions for the slopes? If 2 lines are parallel, means the condition is that slopes are equal, that is M1 is equals to M2. If 2 lines are perpendicular like this, perpendicular means the condition is that M1 and M2, 2 slopes are equals to, that is multiplication of the first line and second line, you should get it as -1. So if 2 lines are parallel means their slopes are equal. So if they are perpendicular to each other means their multiplication of the slope should be equal to -1. So on this also you will get that is a problem you will get. So next, in these different types of equations of the straight lines are there. That is intercept of a straight line, slope intercept form. So slope intercept form means it is will be in the form of y equals to mx plus c. Okay, on this also you have the problems are there. Next to the intercept form of a line. So that will be x by a plus y by b equals to 1. So on this also, these are all almost these, whatever the topics are there, these are 5 marks questions. That polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates relation is there, no? On that you will get the 10 marks question. And in this only many topics are there. 1 point form is there, 2 point form is there, point slope form. So these are the topics. So after all these concepts, you have the that is a graph is there. How to draw the graphs of the different functions. Okay, so here the functions are graph. You know that whenever any function is given, you can take it like y equals to x square. So it is one of the function. So to represent that y equals to x square in the graph, so we need to first find the values. So if a function is given, we'll usually represent the function is y equals to f of x equals to, if the function is given as x square. Y equals to x square it will be given, or else f of x equals to x square. Means both are same only. Okay, so don't get confusion anywhere if you see y or f of x. So x square. So we'll write here x values and here we'll write y values. So so the function is of the form x square. So you can take from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. So some points you can take, even you can take like this, or else you can take 0, -1, -2, -3. That is negative and positive values you can take. So minus 3 square means you will get it as 9. Minus 2 square means 4. This is 1. This is 0, 1, 4, 9. So you can represent them on the graph like this. So 0 is there. So here from the origin it will go. So x value, here you will get minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This is x dash. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, and 3. So y values are very big. Do we have? So y-axis this is. So this is y dash. So minus 1, minus 2. So minus 3. Here 1, 2, 3. Okay. So only for 1 what we have? 1 we have. So on x-axis 1 means y-axis also 1 we have. So here you will get. So on x-axis 2 means you have 4 somewhere, you will have here 4. Okay. So if we'll take on this side, minus 1 means you are getting the value 1 here. And minus 2 means somewhere 4 you will get. So when you join this, like this you will get. You can draw in your notebook. So this is the function that is y equals to x square. Like this you can represent the graphs. So in this textbook you have the functions of y equals to x square. We have like this only with the help of how we have given the example. By taking the values you can find the graphs of any given function. Okay, y equals to x square is there, even log x is there, e power x is there, even sin x is there, cos x is there, and also tan x. These all graphs are given in your textbook. So you can see the y equals to x means it passes through the origin here, straight line. Okay. So these topics are there in the first unit, that is a coordinate system. So next if we'll go to the second unit. So second unit is a differential calculus you have. So differential calculus. So in differential calculus, first we have the concept of the functions is there. So in 10th standard you have seen, that is in school, 9th and 10th classes, almost in the 8th class also it is there, I think so. So if you have idea, you have the concept of about the functions is there. That is a function, what is the definition of the function, and different types of functions are there. So here already we have seen the how to represent the function. So how you are representing it with the help of the definition is there. In that, first you have the concept of the what is a set will be there. Set means you know that it is a well-defined set. You can take any set. So set means it contains the elements which are well-defined one. Okay. So function definition will be two sets will be there. Set A and set B. Let A and B be two non-empty. Non-empty means it has some elements in that. Okay. A function will we can call it as a function, or we call it as a mapping from A into B, means a rule that assigns to each other, that is x belongs to A and a unique element y belongs to B. Or else another definition is also there. So a function f from A into B is described by writing, we'll write the function as, that is function f A to B. Function f from A to B, or f mapping from A to B. We'll read like this or like that. Okay. So you can take like this set here. This is set A and this is set B. Mapping is this one like this. So A, B, C, D, 3, 4 like this elements will be there. Okay. So f is here any function which is mapping from A to B. It is called as a definition of the function will be there. And here set A is called as a domain. And this is called as codomain. And here whatever the elements they are mapping. So f of A equals to B. if we get all the elements, that is f of a equals to 1, f of b equals to 2, f of c equals to 3, then f of d is equals to 4. Okay, so these whatever are called as, this is called as range. So if any element is left here, then here only the range elements are, that is the range of this one, f of a function a to b means only 4 are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth element is, it is not having any image here. So that's why the range of b, that is range of set b is equals to only 4 elements. So it should have compulsory here image. So range definition will be different, domain and codomain here. So domain means whatever the elements are present in set A, and this is called as codomain. Actually, if you are not having the 5, only 4 elements are there, then codomain and range both are same. So codomain elements are 4 and also range also 4 are there. If you include one more element which is not having the mapping here, then codomain is not equals to range. Only the range of set B is 4 only. Okay, so this is called as image and this is called as pre-image of this one. Okay, so even that representation is there. So here just to know the concept of this one, and in this just you have the concept of that is a constant function is there. How you will write the constant function? So constant function will be written as like this, f of x equals to k, or you can write c, or like this anything. K means like this, 1, 2, 3, any elements. Okay, so these are constants from 1 to 3 numbers. So here if a function, if we have like this, then this is called as a constant function. This is constant function. So if we have f of x equals to x, f of x equals to means x value if you take 1, f of 1 equals to 1, f of 2 you will get 2, f of 3 means whatever you are taking as a domain, you are getting codomain as the same one, means both are same, identical, both are identical, no? So that's why it is called as identity function. Okay, so next you have interjunction is there, injective function is there, injective function means it is 1-to-1 function. Okay, 1-to-1 means like this, it has only one image here, it has only one image. So if you have only one image, then it is called as injective function, or else 1-to-1 function. Next we have surjective. Surjective means onto function. Surjective function means onto means here whatever the elements are there, you should have compulsory image here. If fifth element is there, you can have here one more element. So, but the condition is whatever the elements in set B are there, it should have compulsory image on in the set A. Here you may have one more element which do not have the image. Onto means the whatever the elements are present in set B, compulsory they should have the image in set A. Okay, so this is 1-to-1 function. So you can take it as a surjective function. It is called as onto function. Next we have bijective function is there. Bijective function means 1-1 and onto. Rendu combine chese, it is called as bijective function. Okay. So definition same, just to know the concept of this one. These topics are included in. Why? Because we in all the units we are dealing about the functions. So function deal chestunnam kabatti one just a concept, identity function ante constant function ante. So which function is called as injective, which is called surjective, and which is called as bijective function. Okay. Next, even you have composite function is there. Composite function means two, that is the functions will be there, f and g. So they will be mapping from A to B, and also G is another function from C, also one more set will be there. So next you have the concept of even inverse function is there. Okay. So inverse function means we'll represent it as f inverse of y equals to x. So on this also you are not having any top, that is the problems are not there. Next one, important one is intervals. So in any point representation, you will write like this, no point. So any points are there means you'll keep like this brackets. Okay. So A comma B. If you take any two elements A comma B and if you put like this two brackets, so the name ante open interval. Okay. So usually for representing of any point, you will write like this. So if you have idea, even like this also point representation will be there, like square brackets. So this is called as closed interval. Okay. So semi-closed and semi-open means oxide round bracket will be there. Another side you will have the square bracket, or it's like this also, A comma B. These are called semi-open, closed. Okay. Or else this is the semi-closed interval. Okay. So this side square is there and this side round bracket is there. So main two, these two we usually use in solving the problems also, and in representation of the points also we'll use these two, open interval and closed interval. So these all points representation are all in real numbers. Real numbers ante, so ila R untundi meer eppudaina chuste, this is called as real numbers. Numbers, you know, I think so. Natural numbers will be there, whole numbers will be there, integers will be there, and also rational numbers, irrational numbers will be there. So real numbers means all including from A to Z. That is, natural numbers nila represent chesaru. Whole numbers means W. Integers ante Z gaani I tho gaani represent chesaru. Q means rational numbers. Q kila complement pedte, these are called as irrational numbers. Okay. Natural అంటే తెలుసు అనుకుంటా, సారీ 1 నుండి కౌంటింగ్ నంబర్స్ అంటాం, మనం యూజువల్లీ కౌంట్ చేస్తాం కదా. సో 0 ఒకవేళ ఇంక్లూడ్ అయింది అనుకోండి, దాన్ని హోల్ నంబర్స్ అంటారు. ఇంటీజర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ -2 -1 0 1 2 ఇలా నెగిటివ్ నంబర్స్ అండ్ పాజిటివ్ నంబర్స్ ఇంక్లూడింగ్ 0 ని ఏమంటారు, ఇంటీజర్స్ అంటారు. సో రేషనల్ నంబర్స్ అంటే విచ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ p/q. p/q ఫార్మ్ లో ఉంటాయి కదా, వేర్ ఇక్కడ q ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0 అన్నమాట. ఓకే. సో మనం ఏవైతే ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ ఉంటాయో ఆ ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ 1/2 1/3 లైక్ దిస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, వాటిని మనం రేషనల్ నంబర్స్ అంటాం. ఇర్రేషనల్ నంబర్స్ అంటే లైక్ ది స్క్వేర్ రూట్, √3, √5 అండ్ పై అండ్ ఆల్సో ఈ. సో లైక్ దిస్ ఎలిమెంట్, వీటన్నిటిని ఇర్రేషనల్ నంబర్స్ అంటారు. ఓకే. సో రియల్ నంబర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే ఇవన్నీ కంబైనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఆల్ నంబర్స్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ రియల్ నంబర్స్. ఓకే. సో సమ్ ప్రాపర్టీస్, ఇఫ్ యు సీ రియల్ నంబర్స్, ఇట్ విల్ సాటిస్ఫై ఆల్ ద ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ద రియల్ నంబర్స్. సో ఈ క్లోజ్డ్ ఇంటర్వెల్ అండ్ ఓపెన్ ఇంటర్వెల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే, సో విల్ టేక్ వన్, దిస్ లైన్ is called as number line, or we call it as real line. ఎందుకంటే in this real line we can represent any real numbers. So in between ఇక్కడ 0 ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ -infinity, and here you will have the +infinity. So in between of these two you will get all the rational numbers వస్తాయి, irrational, you will get the integers, and also you will get the whole numbers, you will get even the natural numbers also. So that's why this line is called as a real line. So in between middle you will take 0, here negative values and here positive values. Okay. So if we just now in this, just you know the concept of open interval. So open interval is nothing but, if you take this number line, here one point is there, this is A, and here one point is there, it is B. Okay. Open interval means these 2 points are not there. Okay. If A and B, so A and B ki badalu if you take easy, that is 1, 2 is there. Okay. So this is 1 and this is 2. Okay. So 1 is not included, 2 is not included, then that type of interval is called as open interval. Means anywhere if you see in the problem or in anywhere in the textbook, If any points are there means 1, 2 and this bracket is there. And specific when you see the topics there you will have this one. So 1, 2 means 1 is not included, 2 is not included. Like 1.1 nundi here up to 1.9. And you will all the values, but you will not have 1 and 2. So that is the concept of open interval, and you will write it as the definition is X belongs to R such that A is less than X less than B. So this is the representation of open interval. And A and B అనేవి X లో ఉండవు అన్నమాట. These 2 points will be not there in the interval. So that type of interval is called as open interval. Closed interval means this both will be included and E point include అవుతాయి. అంటే 1, 2. So 1, 1.1, 1.2 up to 1.9, 2 also will be included. And దీని closed interval ki definition ఎలా రాస్తారంటే X belongs to R such that A less than or equals to X less than or equals to B, like this. Okay, so this is the representation of closed interval, and also this is about the open interval. So this, if you know, in solving any problem it will be easy for you. So next avi two unnai kada, those are called as left open, right closed. So this is the left side open is there, right side closed is there. Right closed, right closed one, and right open. Okay, or semi open also, but you should know the concept of these two. Mute yourself. Okay, so after this you have the concept of the neighborhood is there. Neighborhood means here only same you can take 1 point. ఒక పాయింట్ ఉందనుకోండి ఏదైనా ఒకటి. సో ఆ పాయింట్ ఇక్కడ సరౌండింగ్స్ లో మనం కొన్ని పాయింట్స్ తీసుకుంటే, సో ఇక్కడ 1 ఉంది కదా, దిస్ ఇస్ 1 మైనస్ డెల్టా అండ్ హియర్ 1 ప్లస్ డెల్టా. అంటే ఈ పాయింట్ కి on the surrounding whatever the points are there, that points are called the neighborhood of this point. Okay, so next in this second unit, that is a differential calculus, you have the concept of limit is there. Limit means here any function, if you take any function, for that function you have to find the limit of that function. So that means you have to find the value of that function. So that is the concept of limit. After the limit you have the continuity is there. After the continuity, these three are related to each other, and if you know the concept of the limit you can do the continuity, and next you can go to the differentiability. So from the differentiability only me concept differential calculus. So differential calculus మామూలుగా మీకు if you know it is the dy by dx. So in some problems you will do no differentiating the given function. You have PV equals to nRT is there, no? So that type of whatever the concepts are there, ideal gas constant is there, no? Ideal gas equation, and also on the pressure and volume and temperature also. So in that also you, for that concept you should know the differentiation. So differentiation concept, before that you have the limit of a function is there. Limit means like this, LT you will write, or else limit like this, limit. Or like this also it is represented, small lt. So limit means limit x tends to a, f of x equals to L. So this is x tends to a, and a means x value anedi ikkada if you will take x tends to 1 means this x value is approaching to 1. So 1 varaki veltundi. Okay, so when x is extending to 1, f of x value will extend to what? So if x tends to 1, ikkada x square plus 3x undanukondi. So f of x function is x square plus 3x, means here x value you can take as 1. So you will get 1 plus 3 means you will get the value as 4. Okay, so that means limit is nothing but here the x value whenever it is tending to 1, what the function is tending to means what the function value you are getting here. So when you put the x value as 1, just you will get the value there. So this value is L. This is almost, this limit value is possible when it is the function is in the just normal form. So some function will be there instead of this x square plus 3x. If we have the function like this, x square minus 1 by x minus 1. Okay. So if you substitute x value as 1, what will happen? 1 minus 1 by 1 minus 1. Okay. So up to 0 by 0. Okay. 0 by 0 is not defined. So dini manam define cheyalem anamata. So whenever any value, by putting x value here, if you get the value of f of x as like this, then this function is not defined. Okay. So such type of functions you can do with the help of the limit concept. Limit definition is there. Okay. So these are called as undefined forms anamata. With undefined and defined cheyalem anamata vadu. Undefined forms under. Okay. Or you can call it as indeterminate forms. Different words would unnai dinki. So we need defined cheyalem. So whenever functions will be like this, so ilanti vaatiki enti ante another definition of the limit is there. Main such type of problems can be solved with the help of that one. Okay. So manaki enti ante 0 less than, definition is there in your textbook, less than delta, and also mod f of x minus l less than epsilon. Definition em avasram ledu, just limit concept teluskondi ante. So 0 by 0 form వస్తే it is undefined form. And ఇందులో ఏంటి అంటే ఇలా 2 0 by 0 వచ్చాయి కాబట్టి టు ఫైండ్ దిస్ వన్, ఇక్కడ ఏదైనా పాయింట్ ఉంది x 1 కి వెళ్తుంది కదా, f of x దేనికి వెళ్తుంది అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి హియర్ మిడిల్ వాల్యూ. సో విల్ అప్రోచ్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ నుండి, ఇది LHL అంటారు, దిస్ ఈజ్ RHL. ఓకే. సో కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే ఈ డైరెక్ట్లీ విల్ నాట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ x వాల్యూ యాజ్ 1 ఇక్కడ. Here in this problem you are taking direct x value as 1, but when such problems are there, in that case we'll take only the values which are approaching to 1 from left hand side, also from right hand side. So ante ikkada manaki 1 ante ikkada nundi 0.999 0.99 0.9, so like this 0.91, those values from here will start. And at last we will not take 1 up to here only, and ikkada enti ante 1.1 1.111 1.111 like these values. Okay. So from this side and from this side will approach, and you will get the two values, that means LHL and RHL, right hand limit and left hand limit and right hand limit. If both the values you are getting the same, and ikkada manaki 2 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, here this value should also you should get on 2, then limit exists, and ఈ function కి ఒక limit value ఉంటుంది. This function will have a limit value. If you have here 2 and if you get here 2 minus 2 value, then this function will not have limit value. రెండు not equal కదా, so then ఆ function కి limit value ఉండదు అన్నమాట. So you are not having the problems on limit, just మీకు అండర్స్టాండ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ కావడానికి చెప్పాను. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది. కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్ అంటే LHL RHL ఇవి రెండు వీళ్ళు 2 వాల్యూస్ షుడ్ బి సేమ్, దట్ ఇస్ అంటే 2 2 రెండు ఇక్కడ రెండు వచ్చాయి కదా, బోత్ షుడ్ బి ఈక్వల్. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఒకవేళ ఇప్పుడు లిమిట్ ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ టు 1 ఉంది, x square plus 1 if any function is given. సో దిస్ వన్ యూ గాట్ LHL వాల్యూ యాజ్ ఇక్కడ 1 పెడితే ఏమొస్తుంది 2 కదా, అండ్ RHL వాల్యూ కూడా మనకి 2 we got. So even f of 1 value అంటే ఇది ఫంక్షన్ కదా, ఇక్కడ ఏంటి f of x మనకి x square plus 1. సో f of 1 అంటే in place x 1 పెడితే 1 plus 1 2. So this value మూడు values you are getting the same. Then whatever this function is there, this function is continuous function అంటారు. Okay. So limit and continuous, through that మనకి main concept is differentiability. So differentiability అంటే ఏంటి అంటే ఏదైనా ఒకటి ఫంక్షన్ ఉంటుంది కదా, మనకి లిమిట్ ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ టు a గానీ, or else will take it as limit extends to c తీసుకుంటాము. సో ఇలా కూడా రాయొచ్చు, లిమిట్ h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x by h. సో దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే f dash of x. RS మామూలుగా అయితే లిమిట్ ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ టు సి ఇలా కూడా ఉంటుంది, f of c plus h minus f of c by x plus. This is called as f dash of c. So normal representation like this or like this ఎలా ఉన్నా కూడా మనకి f dash of x అంటే ఇచ్చిన ఫంక్షన్ కి we are finding the differentiation. So differentiation idea ఉందనుకుంటా, if anyone has done the intermediate with the math background, so you have the concept of the differentiation. So in that we'll write the first if intermediate you have seen, directly you have seen the formulas, that is d by dx of what is sin x, cos x, tan x, x square, and also x cube, x to the power of n log x. We have seen all the formulas. So those are all formulas, whatever we are having on the differentiation, those we got with the help of this formula. This is called as a standard formula of differentiation, or it is called yes. Okay, with the help of this formula only we'll get all the values of the differentiation. Okay, so this is the main, this is called as a standard formula of the differentiation, or first principle of differentiation. So through this we can find the differentiation of any functions and the differential calculus. So in the will represent differentiation d by dx. Okay, so this is called as a representation of the differentiation. So if you usually know the function will be in the form of y equals to f of x. So we'll write dy by dx. Okay, so if you have done only one dy by dx means this is called as first order. Okay, if you'll do one more time means you'll write it as d square y by dx square. This is called as second order. If you'll do one more time, we'll tell it as a third order. So if you'll go on do like this, you will get dny by, that is dx to the power of n. That is called as the nth order. Okay, so differentiation like this you can represent, or y lo undanukondi. So y you can take first order means one dash. Upside if you take one dash, it is called as first order. It is second order. So on like this, y to the power of n. దీని ఏమంటారంటే nth order. అంటే in some problems you may do with the help of y, or in some problems you can do with the help of f. F of x value only given in the question means you can of that one, that is f dash of x, f double dash of x, like this, f n of x. This is the nth order. And differentiation can be represented in any of these forms depending on the given question. Even y undi kada, y also you can write like this to the base. If you write y1, y2, y3 like this up to yn. This is also called as representation of the differentiation only. The four ways you can write. This is the first one. Usually with the problems we'll use this. After this is the second one, after the third one, and this is the fourth one. Okay, so this is the representation of the differentiation. And standard functions, you have the standard formulas of differentiation. That formulas are given in the textbook. That is d by dx of x to the power of n, log x, e power x is there, and also sin x. Trigonometric functions are there, no? 6 are there: sin, cos, tan, cot, secant, and cosecant. Okay, those all you have the formulas in your textbook once. So before coming to the next class tomorrow, once you see all the differentiation formulas, so many are there, almost 30 to 40 formulas are there. Just if you know what is the differentiation of sin x or cos x, while solving the problems easily you can do that one. Okay, so and some properties are also will be there in the differentiation. So properties ante manam d by dx of, so u is one function you can take, and v is another function, g of x. Two functions are there. And here functions అనేవి trigonometric functions are will be there. Trigonometric ante sin, cos, and those all. And another functions are e power x undochu, log x undochu, any polynomial. పాలినామియల్ అంటే లైక్ దిస్ సెకండ్ ఆర్డర్ సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ కానీ ఏదైనా కూడా ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ 1 సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. అండ్ ఆల్సో మనకి కాన్స్టెంట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి, అంటే కే కానీ ఎనీథింగ్. ఓకే, సో లైక్ ది డిఫరెంట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అంటే u అనేది e పవర్ x అండ్ v అనేది sin x, టూ ఫంక్షన్స్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, దెన్ this is one formula, that is a property is there, d by d differentiation of u plus r minus v అంటే అడిషన్ చేసినప్పుడు కానీ సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ ఇక్కడ తీసుకోవచ్చు. e పవర్ x is u plus r minus sin x ఉంది అనుకోండి. సో వీటి యొక్క డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ యూ కెన్ సపరేట్ లైక్ దిస్, దట్ ఈస్ d by dx of u plus r minus d by dx of v, like this you can separate. Okay, so this is one property. Next, d by dx of u into v, u and v and u అనేది ఒక ఫంక్షన్, v అనేది ఒక ఫంక్షన్. If two functions are there at a time, both at a time, you can't do the differentiation. Oh, don't disturb the class. So u v రెండు ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, అండ్ e పవర్ x sin x తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, at a time e power x and sin x you can't do the differentiation. So for this also you have the formula is there. So formula ఏంటి అంటే u అనేది, so any one function you have to keep constant, అంటే దానికి డిఫరెంట్ ఏం చేయకుండా u value whatever the value is there you have to write here. And next second one you have to do the differentiation, that is you can write v dash. Okay, second time v you keep constant and you write the differentiation of first. So this is formula very important for solving. Please mute yourself. Okay, this is the important one. With the help of this you can solve many problems. This is even called as UV rule. Okay, so first function you have to keep constant, second one differentiation plus second one constant and first one differentiation. Okay, next third one ఏంటి అంటే d by dx of u by v. ఒకవేళ ఇలా ఫ్రాక్షన్ లో ఉందనుకోండి, u అనేది వన్ ఫంక్షన్, v అనేది అనదర్ ఫంక్షన్. సో అప్పుడు దీనికి ఫార్ములా ఏంటి అంటే దట్ ఈస్ అండర్ డినామినేటర్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఈస్ v స్క్వేర్, ఏదైతే కింద v ఉందో దాన్ని హోల్ స్క్వేర్ మనం, తర్వాత v ఇంటూ u డాష్, ఇక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే కింద డినామినేటర్ లో తీసుకుంటున్నామో అది కాన్స్టెంట్ ఉంటుంది, u డాష్ చేస్తాం. తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ u విల్ బి కాన్స్టెంట్ అండ్ v డాష్, అండ్ ఇక్కడ నెగిటివ్ సైన్ ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దీస్ టూ ఫార్ములాస్. ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ సైన్ ఉంటుంది, ఐదర్ ఇదన్నా రాయొచ్చు ఇదన్నా రాయొచ్చు, ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఓకే, కానీ ఇక్కడ నెగిటివ్ సైన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీ ఇక్కడ v ఇంటూ యూ డాష్ మైనస్ u ఇంటూ v డాష్ బై v స్క్వేర్. ఓకే, సో d by dx of u by v ఫార్ములా, దీన్ని u by v రూల్ ఆర్ you will call it as a quotient rule. Okay, so these two are important for solving the problems. These are for only small questions. Okay, just you understand the concept you can do this one, but second and third property is very important. So on this you will get the problems for 5 marks questions. Okay, so after that all the formulas are there in your test room, you see those formulas, and in this only you have the concept of partial differentiation is there. So one thing you remember, if normal differentiation ante d by dx, okay, partial differentiation means dou ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట, dou we call it as, and అది ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తారంటే partial differentiation. ఓకే, సో దాన్ని ఇలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తారు, అక్కడ d రాసాం కదా, ఇక్కడ దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ dou. సో dou y by dou x, దీన్ని dou అంటారు. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఏదైనా ఒక ఫంక్షన్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, సో విల్ టేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ z. Here we'll take another constant, that is a variable, that variable is z. Z is equals to x square plus y square. సో ఇలా ఏదైనా ఒక ఫంక్షన్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, ఫంక్షన్ z లో ఉంది, z f of z is equals to x square plus y square, two functions are there. Okay, సో అప్పుడు మనకి ఏంటి అంటే నార్మల్ నేను రెండు కంపారిజన్ చేసి చెప్తాను చూడండి. నార్మల్ డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ ఉంది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది మనకు, ఒకవేళ సేమ్ z ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ వై స్క్వేర్ ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి, సో ఇన్ నార్మల్ డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ విల్ రైట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ dz by dx. Okay, so with respect to x తో చేస్తున్నాం మనం. అప్పుడు this is called as dz by dx equals to x square. With the help of x square we are doing the differentiation కాబట్టి x square ది 2x వస్తుంది. సో దీనికి కూడా ఎలా రాస్తారంటే యాక్చువల్ గా dx by dx ఆ వాల్యూ 1 కాబట్టి x ఉన్న దగ్గర మనం దీన్ని రాయము. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్ y square means y square differentiation is 2y, but this we are doing with respect to x అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి dy by dx వస్తుంది. ఓకే, this is the normal differentiation. ఒకవేళ z is any function equals to x square plus y square అంటే if you do the differentiation of this one dz by dx equals to x square. ఇది ఎలా వచ్చింది x square అంటే you have the formula in your textbook, it is there. d by dx to the power of x to the power of n formula is n into x to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so with the help of that you will get that. When we'll go to the second unit I will tell that concept. So this is called as normal differentiation. Here partial differentiation means we'll do with the help of which variable we are doing, only that variable only will do the differentiation. So dou z by dou x means x square differentiation is 2x. So this in the denominator with the help of which variable you are doing the differentiation, that only will be treated as here. This is treated as constant. So constant యొక్క differentiation ఏంటి అంటే 0. అంటే will take other variable as 0. Next we'll do one more time differentiation, that is dou z by dou x. Sorry, dou z by dou y. So dou z by partial differentiation means ఇచ్చిన variable how many variables are there, that many times you have to do. ఒకవేళ ఇక్కడ t square ఉందనుకోండి, one more time you will do dou z by dou t. Okay, with the help of any number of variables you can find the partial differentiation. So in that if you have 3 you can take dou z by dou y means ఇది constant. So అప్పుడు ఏంటి 0 plus 2y and t square is also 0. Okay, next dou z by dou t అంటే this is 0, this is 0 and this last one is 2t. So this is the difference between partial differentiation and normal differentiation. So in partial we are not writing y differentiation చేసినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏం రాసాం dy by dx, but you are not writing here. Okay, so this is the concept of partial differentiation. Partial differentiation means how many variables are there in the given problem, that many times you have to do the differentiation. Here you will do at a time, combined you will do. Okay, so z key you are doing differentiation and x square you have done and also y square we have done. So in normal differentiation you can do like this, but in partial means separate you have to do. Okay, that is the concept of partial differentiation. In this also first order will be there, second order will be there, and even you can do even higher orders also, but almost first and second order only important are there. On this also 5 marks question you will get it for the examination. Okay, so after this concept finding the first order and second order problems are there, and last topic in second unit is finding the local maxima and local minima. And ఏదైనా ఒక function if they are given like this x square plus 2x plus 1 is there, any algebraic expression he has given, no? So దానికి first order you have to find and second order. Okay, so formula is there on that, finding the local maxima and local minima. So sometimes this local maxima local minima problem they may ask for 10 marks question also. So why? Because you have to find the so different concepts are there. If f of x equals to x square plus 2x is there, okay, you have to find the what are the local maxima and local minima means f dash of x. First each function we have to do the differentiation, you will get 2x plus 2. Okay, x square differentiation 2x, ఇక్కడ 2x అంటే x variable 1 కాబట్టి plus 2 అన్నమాట. So this is called as first derivative. So if you do one more derivative it is called as f double dash of x. So we'll get only 2. So x differentiation 1 కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 2, this is the constant కాబట్టి it is 0. Okay, so f double dash of x equals to 2. So for this first derivative test condition is there, second derivative test condition is there. Second derivative test ఏంటి అంటే f double dash of x అనేది ఒకవేళ less than 0 అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏదైనా నెగటివ్ వాల్యూ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, then we call it as a local maximum. Okay, లేదా f double dash of x value greater than 0 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. సో అప్పుడు ఏంటి అంటే మనం దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ లోకల్ మినిమా. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ sometimes they will ask, we see one problem on this concept. So this, by this we are completing the second unit. So these are the topics in the second unit. Almost if you know the formula of the different differentiations are there, no standard differentiation, so that they are important. So differential calculus, usually you will do the problems for finding the ideal gas equation is there, that is PV equals to nRT. You have one problem on that, so which is for the chemistry one, and some problems are there regarding of this one. And next we have the concept of the integral calculus. So if you know the concept of the differentiation, you can go to the concept of the integration. So actually integration is the fourth unit you have, but these two are related to each other. That's why I'm telling you next integral calculus. So differentiation you will do know, that is d by dx you will write. Integration means will represent like this one. Curve will be there. This it is represented as integration. See like this, integration of f of x dx. This is f of x plus c. Okay, this whatever it is curve is there, this is called as integration. Integration of f of x dx is equals to capital F of x plus c. So this c is called a compulsory. Differentiation means you write like this, d by dx of f of x. Okay, so we'll take it as any, if any function is there means we'll write here, but we'll not write here any constant. Okay, only if a differentiation of f any sin x is there, so it is cos x. Okay, in integration we'll represent it as plus c. It is called as constant of integration or constant integrand. Okay, so here this integration and differentiation both are interrelated to each other. The antiderivative of a function. So here if you take any function here, the antiderivative of this function is called as differentiation. Okay, so antiderivative means here you can take, this is f of x. So this one is capital F of x, and this is called as f of x if you take. Okay, so f of x is here sin x. This is small f of x. Small f of x is equals to cos x, and capital F of x is sin x. So here what we have, integration of cos x. So integration of cos x is f of x sin x. So integration of cos x dx, it is equals to here this sin x. See here antiderivative, this is the derivative of this one, no? So antiderivative of this one, it is called as a integration, and we call it as a that is a just inverse of whatever the differentiation is there, just the inverse of that one we can take it as a. And one more example we can take, if capital F is there, capital F is equals to x cube is there. So capital F dash of x. So దీని డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుందంటే 3x square వస్తుంది. Okay, so 3x square is equals to f of x. సో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఎలా రాస్తారంటే ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ f of x. మన f of x ఏంటి 3x square. ఇక్కడ dx అని మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం మనం కంపల్సరీ. dx is differentiation. So antiderivative of this function is whatever the value you are getting, this is called as the integration of that one, and it is the, even we call it as a primitive of the small f. Okay, so it like this also you can write f dash of x equals to f of x. ఇక్కడ f of x ఏంటి, capital F of x is sin x. Sin of differentiation ఏంటిది cos x. అప్పుడు ఏంటి, this cos x is equals to ఇక్కడ వచ్చే f of x ఏంటి cos x. Okay, so like this, or ఒకవేళ up till here you if you are not understanding, you can take even this concept also. F is capital F is any function x cube. You are doing the differentiation of this one, f dash of x, 3x square. So 3x whatever the value you are getting, that is f of x. So ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది చూడండి f of x. So if you do the integration of this one, you will get it as 3 outside constant కాబట్టి x square ది x cube by 3 plus c. సో 3 రెండు క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతే ఏంటి x cube ఏంటి క్యాపిటల్ f of x. సో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ స్మాల్ f of x ఏమొస్తుంది క్యాపిటల్ f of x. సో దీని యొక్క యాంటీ డెరివేటివ్ ఇస్ దిస్ వన్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. యాంటీ డెరివేటివ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్ is called the integration, or we call it as a indefinite integral. Okay, so that definition also you have in your textbook. So manaku definition avasram ledu, just if you know the concept it's enough. This c is called as constant of integration, the small f is called as integrand, and x is the variable of integration. Okay, so different formulas are there. One important one is here, c d by dx of x power n ఉంది అనుకోండి, ఇందాక మనకి x cube is there. Okay, this one how you'll get means n into x to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so మనకి ఇక్కడ x cube కదా, అదేంటి 3 into x to the power of 3 minus 1, అప్పుడు ఏంటి 3x square కదా. సో నేను ఇక్కడ డైరెక్ట్ రాసాను 3x square f dash of x this one. Okay, సో అదే ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఉంది అనుకోండి, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ x to the power of n dx. The formula is x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 అన్నమాట. సో ఇందాక ఇక్కడ ఏం తీసుకున్నాం x cube తీసుకున్నాం, అప్పుడు ఏంటి దీని ఆన్సర్ x3 plus 1. ఓకే, సారీ ఇక్కడ x square ఉంది కదా, x square కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ ఏంటి 2 plus 1 2 plus 1, అప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది x cube by 3. That's why I have written here x cube by 3. Okay, so representation of differentiation of x to the power of n is the formula. Integration of x to the power of n, this is the formula. So this both will be almost they are anti-derivative of each other. And sin x cos x we would have different will be there. Integration of sin x means you will get the cos x, minus cos x you will get. Integration of the cos x means you will get only sin x, but differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. Okay, just somewhat different will be there. Formulas ఒకసారి కంపేర్ చేసి చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ అబౌట్ ద indefinite integral. In this only one more will be there, definite integral will be there. Definite integral అంటే nothing but ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కదా, this function will have the limit values. అండ్ ఇక్కడ మనకి a to b లిమిట్ అంటే ఐడియా ఉంటే మీకు ఇక్కడ a to b ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. సో ఇక్కడ రెండు మనకి లిమిట్ పాయింట్స్, దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as lower limit and this is called as upper limit. If two limit values are mentioned, this is called as definite integral. అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుందంటే ఆన్సర్ f of b minus f of a. అండ్ వచ్చిన ఆన్సర్ లో b వాల్యూ ఒకవేళ 0 to 1 ఉంది అనుకోండి, f of 0 minus f of 1. Okay, this some problems will be there on this also, some problems will be there in the indefinite also. So in this also properties will be there. Integration is there, no integration of f plus or minus g if two functions are there. So then you separate చేయొచ్చు అన్నమాట. Integration of f of x dx plus or minus integration of g of x dx, like this you can separate. And ఇందాక మనం చూసాము integration of a is any constant here into function dx ఉంది అనుకోండి. If a is any constant, a constant you can take outside. A into f of x dx. ఇందాక 3x వచ్చింది కదా, if integration of 3x square dx is there, అప్పుడు ఏం చేసాం 3 ని outside and you have to write only variable here like this. Okay, so these two are the properties are there. So after this, if you understand the concept of the differentiation, you can easily do the concept of the integration. Okay, so slight difference will be there. And after this you have the integration by the method of substitution is there. And different methods ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట how to solve the differentiation of the given functions. Okay, substitution method means ఏదైనా ఒక value you can substitute as any function. T you can take or you can take a like that any value and you can do the differentiation integration of that one. Okay, next one is the integration of by parts. Second method, integration by part means you have seen the formula uv rule, no, f of x into g of x. Okay, so two functions are there, multiplication of two functions. So for this you will have the formula అంటే f of x g of x ఉంది. So anyone you have to take constant. So you'll take here f of x as a constant and integration of g of x dx minus integration of f dash of x into integration of g of x dx whole dx plus cm. In the UV rule we have seen in differentiation, no, same like this it will be there. It is called as integration by parts. And if two functions are there, e power x is there, sin x is there, similarly. So e power x you are taking outside and you are doing the second one integration. So next minus integration of f dash of x. Two integrations are there. Here one integration, here one integration. So that's why we are keeping whole bracket. Okay. So this integration concept also you will use in the thermodynamics is there, kinetics is there. So in that for finding the there is a concept of the volume, temperature, and also pressure is there, no. So in that concept you will do with the help of the integration of that one. Definite integration is there, no. The limit values will be given v1 and v2, or t1 t2 or p1 p2. So with the help of the, if you know that concept, you can do this integration part. Okay. So in this only different methods are there. Last one is the integration by successive reduction is there. Integration by partial fractions. Different concepts are there. So isothermally, one problem you have in the based on the chemistry you have, that is the isothermally compressed from the state P1 V1 to P2 V2. So with the help of the integration, how you solve this one? That problem is there that you will get for the 5 marks question. Okay. So only 10 minutes are left. This is the third unit. No, fourth unit is about the matrices. So very important one. So one sometimes they will give one 5 marks question and even one 10 marks question also they will give in the examination. Matrices, if you have idea, 10th, 9th class you have the matrices. So matrices also represented for data representation. You will have the data, no? So to represent that one, we will use the concept of the matrices. So matrix means it is the arrangement of elements in the, there is a rows and columns. Arrangement of the elements in the rows and columns. So that we call it as a matrix. It is a rectangular square. The matrix will be rectangular or else it will be the square one. So matrix is a rectangular or square array of numbers arranged in rows and columns. And we represent like the square bracket or else there is a round brackets. So we will represent like this A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So this is one matrix, and matrix, whatever this is brackets are there, they usually matrix will be represented with the help of the capital alphabets. Okay. That is capital A, B, C, D or anything. Okay. And whatever the elements are there, that small elements are here, small alphabets will be there, or else the numbers 1, 2, like this 4. Okay. So even like this also we can write. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So like this you can represent, or else like with the help of the square bracket also you can write. Okay. So in this square matrix or rectangular matrix, these are called as rows. Okay, these are rows. And here whatever this horizontal, vertical are there, these are called as columns. Okay. So whatever the vertical are there, those are called as columns. Horizontal are called as rows. Okay. So here a matrix is the arrangement of the elements in rows and columns. So you can see how many rows are there, one row, and this is the second row. And we call this as, that is the order of the matrix. Here we'll write order. Order, how you will write means M by N. Here M is rows, number of rows, N is the number of columns. Okay. So here rows are 2 and columns are how many there? 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. So the order of this matrix A is 2 by, in 2 is there now, we'll we'll pronounce it as by, that is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 order. And here first one represents the rows and second one represents the columns, or usually will represent as m by n. M is the rows and n is the columns. Okay, here rows and columns both are not equal. Means here 2 we have, here 3. Whenever both rows and columns are not equal, we call it as a rectangular matrix. Okay, so here if you see the second one, you can take it as B. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Here 2 rows are there, 2 columns are there. That means it is 2 by 2. Both are equal, no? So such type of matrix is called as a square matrix. Okay. So square and rectangular, this concept is important one. So whenever rows and columns are not equal, we call it as a rectangular. If both are equal, we call it as a square matrix. Okay. If only one row is there, then we call it as a only row matrix. Okay. So here one row is there, but 3 columns are there. This is one row, 1, 2, 3, 3 columns. And if we take like this 1, 2, 3. So here how many rows are? 1, 2, 3 rows. Column is 1. So this is called as column matrix. And this is called as row matrix. So different definitions are there in matrices. Many definitions are there. So if you know the concept of those all, then you can solve the problems easily. So this is the rectangular, this is the square, this is the row, this is the column matrix is there. Next we have, even you should know the order compulsory. So how to represent the order. Next we have zero matrix. Zero matrix means all the elements are 0 here. Then it is called as a zero matrix. And next, if you identity matrix, 0 or null matrix. These all definitions are there in your textbook. So once you see all the definitions, 0 or we call it as a null matrix. So any matrix K, if you have 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is called as null or 0. Next, identity matrix will be there. Identity means, actually, identity matrix 2 by 2 will be there, 1 by 1. That is 3 by 3. This is 2 by 2. So if it is 3 by 3 means 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is called as 3 by 3 identity matrix. Identity, or you call it as unit matrix. Okay. So usually you represent like this. Linear I, capital I, 2 by 2. This is I, 3 by 3. Okay. So unit matrix is important for solving the problems also. So different definitions are there on the matrices. Next, skew matrix is there. Symmetric matrix is there. Unsymmetric matrix is there. One important thing is, in this you should know what is the transpose of a matrix. Transpose of matrix ante, okay, rows and columns if you interchange, then we call it as a transpose of matrix. So this is row and this is the second row, first row, second row. So if you write like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this row ikkada column and this column, this row has become second column. So if you interchange this one, A transpose. Transpose and T and a symbol. This is called as a transpose of a matrix. If you interchange the rows as columns, it is called as a transpose of the matrix. Next we have 3 by 3 matrix with determinant. Determinant means will represent like this. If A is any matrix like this, 2 by 2 will be there and also 3 by 3. If you write like this mod, it is called as a determinant of the matrix. Determine the value, find out the LNT, the det A is equals to, just cross multiply this one. 4 into 1 minus 3 into 2. Okay, that is for 2 by 2. Only 3 by 3 ki vere formula unthundi. Okay, so ikkada matrices lo man 2 by 2 matrices ki and 3 by 3. 3 by 3 matrices ki konni formulas different ga untayi annamata. ఒకవేళ మనకి డిటర్మినెంట్ వాల్యూ 0 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, దాన్ని సింగులర్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అంటారు అన్నమాట. ఒకవేళ నాట్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0 వస్తే దాన్ని నాన్ సింగులర్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అంటారు. సో నాన్ సింగులర్. సో నాన్ సింగులర్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ కే ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆన్ దిస్ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ద 10 marks question 1. Okay. So any matrix will be given, compulsory it will be 3x3 matrix. For 3x3 matrix you have to find the determinant. So if you get the value not equals to 0, it is called as non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix అయినప్పుడే we can find the A inverse matrix. So inverse matrix అంటే దాంట్లో మళ్ళీ కాన్సెప్ట్ అడ్జసెంట్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఉంటుంది, cofactors తో ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడం. దట్ విల్ బి ద లెంతీ ప్రాసెస్. దట్స్ వై దిస్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఈస్ ఆస్క్డ్ ఫర్ ద 10 marks question. Okay, so one 10 marks question you will get in the matrices. So almost these are the important one. Next minor will be there and cofactors will be there, adjacent matrix will be there, addition of the matrices and multiplication of the matrices is there, or we call it as a product of the matrices. So these are all the important one. So matrices in this formulas are not there. Just if you know the concept easily you can solve the problem and you can score good. Almost 15 marks you may get. 10 marks one question you will get, and also 5 marks one question you will get. That is just small one will be there. That is finding the determinant or anything. Finding the inverse and also cofactors of that given matrix will be the 10 marks question. So this is about the matrices. Next, last one is the 5th unit. You have about the differential equations. So differential equations concept almost it is also related with the differential calculus only, but here it will be in the form of the equations. So in the problems we have in the thermodynamics and kinematics will be there, no, and quantum mechanics. So thermodynamics, kinetics, and also quantum mechanics, whatever the problems are there, those problems you can solve with the help of the differential equations. So normally differential equation means like this, it will be there, dy by dx plus 3x equals to cos x, like this, which is of the order 1 and only one variable is there. Okay, so this is called as ordinary differential equation. So if we have the second order means d square y by dx square, and also one more variable it is included, means another variable if it is included, it is called as partial differential equation. So on this also many topics are there. So some topics they will be useful for solving the thermodynamics problems. That is of converting any like this, if any differential equation is given, with the help of the different methods are there. Variable separable method is there. One is homogeneous differential equation is there. Non-homogeneous is there. So like these different methods are there. With the help of these methods, how you will solve the differential equation. And one more concept is formation of differential equation. So this is also one concept. So this is almost somewhat depth of the mathematics is there. Only formation of differential equation is somewhat easy, but if you know these all concepts, then only you can solve the differential equation problems. So variable separable method is somewhat easy one, but homogeneous, non-homogeneous, after that you have linear differential equation is there. So those concepts are somewhat, they are related to the mathematics. So whatever the 4 units are there, so if you are perfect with these 4 units, easily you can score here. That is a first section A, you can write the 2 problems, and also in section B also you can solve 2 problems. Okay, so almost here 10, 10, 20 and there 10. So 30 marks you can score from the mathematics if you are perfect with these topics. So from tomorrow we'll see the solution of some problems which you will get in the examinations. So the main so in mathematics, what is there means, if you solve the problem and if you get the answer, almost you will get the full marks. So irrespective of other whatever the topics are there or blocks, you have to write all the theory part in that. So but maths, if you do the formulas and also procedure of the problem is the correct one, they'll allot all the almost they'll do the full marks. Okay, so if you are perfect with the problem, you can solve easily those one, and be practice with the formulas whatever there in your textbook. Okay. So tomorrow we see the class.